Hi friends, earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. Come on in, sit your butt down. I have a message for you from your ancestors today, and I'm really excited about this one. This is probably going to be the best reading of the day, I'm not gonna lie. But before we get started, let's start with setting some intentions. So if you ever book with me for a personal reading, any live personal readings, I always try to set the tone by, just relaxing everyone and doing a little meditation. So we're just going to do a little bit of breath work. So if you are in a comfortable space, if you're not driving or anything, go ahead and put your hands in your lap so you can ground yourself, or you can put your hands at your heart center. We're going to start with some breaths. Inhale through your nose and exhale out the mouth. Very nice. Let's do that again. Inhale through your nose and exhale out the mouth. Now this time we're going to do what's called the physiological sigh. And so you're going to inhale as deeply as you can, and then you're going to take a little extra sip of inhale at the top, and then you're going to exhale with an audible sigh. And allow the shoulders to relax, allow your jaws to relax. We don't even realize how tight our jaws and our facial muscles are until we're asked to relax. I want you to sink a little deeper in your seat and just soften the energy, okay? So let's do it together. Inhale. One more time. Let's do it one last time. Inhale. Very, very nice. All right. You should feel a lot more relaxed. Sometimes I feel like I want to go to sleep after that. But let's get started with your reading. I've already done a pre-pull, and I feel like you're actually coming out of a difficult cycle. So the ancestors, I'm reading your cards a lot differently than everybody else's. So on the bottom of the deck is bitter fruit. And if you've noticed, bitter fruit has this black crow, it has this white dove. The white dove to symbolize forgiveness, moving on, really, what do they call it? Giving the olive branch, even when some people don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this black energy, this black bird or raven or crow represents more of a deeper transformation, but still holding on to some of the past. And if you see bitter fruit is basically, something left a bad taste in her mouth. But not only a bad taste in her mouth, but it required her to keep her guard up. You see how this sword is still here with her? So it kind of, something that you experienced in your life changed who you are from at your core level. And you've been doing a lot of the work to change that. I feel like the energy of the spread that I'm about to read to you is very different than this energy, and your ancestors are very proud of you. So I have the vacation card, and the vacation card says No Rush Records. Side A is Unwind, and side B is The Soft Life. Mind you, this is my deck, the Soul's Compass Oracle deck. And you could live in California, or your family could be from California, but No Rush Records is saying like you are understanding the flow of life a lot more. You're also recognizing that all of these things that happened to you in this season, things that may have made you bitter, and this could have been multiple seasons, multiple cycles, you're understanding that they had a role in where you are right now. And it's interesting because I done a couple other readings today for different signs, and they had different energy. Like, well, they had they had similar energy to what I'm reading right now, but they're not at the point yet where they recognize that it was all for their good. They're kind of still working through that. So I'm talking to a collective of earth signs, sun, moon, rising, take it as it resonates, that have already have a strong understanding of this all works together. So I'm hearing like a very open and active crown chakra. Like you understand all of the things in life. You might have forgiven a lot of the people that really did you wrong. Remember, was it Cinderella? What was the witch that gave that poisoned the apple? Like you might have had people that did really fucked up shit to you intentionally. And you have even come to terms with that and healed from that and really prayed and forgave these people. So your ancestors are very, very happy about that. And man, gratitude and pop quiz. I'm telling you, this is literally what I just explained. Some of these things that happened to you happened before you were even, my God, before you were even able to protect yourself. And I've said this before, it's so fucked up that even when we are done wrong, when we're betrayed, when we have bad things happen to us, we're the ones that are responsible for the healing. But you're okay with that. You just have a very high vibrational way of looking at life. And life requires you to do that because of everything that you've experienced, all of the trials, all of the tribulations, all of the hardships. You're like, it all came to, into this melting pot of who I am today. 555 on the timer, my God. And I love who I am today. That's what I'm getting from this energy. Oh, and pop quiz. Yeah, you were tested in a lot of different ways, but instead of kind of like struggling, because a pop quiz means you can't study for the test. These are things that just happen, and maybe you feel like you're out of a cycle, but something happens to trigger you, maybe to repeating a cycle or seeing if you're ready to move forward. And baby, you're ready. Your ancestors are saying you're ready to move forward. The last card is Jubilee. And Jubilee is pretty much the celebration after you've won the battle. So when I was creating this deck, Jubilee to me reminds me of the end of the Wiz. Remember the Wiz when they sang Brand New Day? It's like everybody taking off these dirty clothes. We fought the witch, defeated the witch, and now we can celebrate because we can be free. We're free to be who we are. We can love life. We can do us unapologetically. Like, that's what I'm getting from this energy. True North on the bottom of the deck now. Look, you're going up. it's up. It's up and it's stuck. That's what I'm hearing. But your ancestors are very proud of you. They're kind of coming in glazing you because you have put in the work at really, really tough times where wasn't nobody looking. My God. They didn't even know there was hard work to be done. And you just kept your head down. You kept a smile on your face. You remained grateful for everything that you had, even the tough stuff. Some of y'all had to go back and clear out a lot of inner child wounds, and you did the damn thing. And I want you to know that the other side of this, prosperity, abundance, and ease. Some of y'all ain't even caring about the abundance of it all. Like, you're like, man, I just want peace. You got it. Vacation, relax. Everything is going to be much better than you thought it was because you've put in the work. You've put in the work to create a solid foundation of peace, joy, and love. You can create anything on top of that, okay? My God. And you should be incredibly proud of yourself. That's what I want you to know. Your ancestors are applauding you. I want you to know you can be proud of yourself. Now, I'm going to get a last message just so we can get some clarity from the tarot or whatever else they want you to know. Messages from the ancestors. I'm telling you, you went through a lot. And you might have had some cycles where there wasn't no motion, or where you felt like it almost feels like a necessary test, but it wasn't a necessary test. It was requiring you to see who you are, to know that you already have everything that you need. It's like this is gonna sound stupid, but I gotta say it, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Remember the spy, was it the spy who shagged me when he lost his mojo? Some of y'all lost your mojo along the way, and some of the things that you experienced in this lifetime was for you to get it back. Even if you lost it as a kid, I want you to remember who you were before certain things happened in your life. The joy you had, the confidence you had, the not give a fuckness that you had. All of that is coming back to you, okay? And they're very proud of you. I love you so much. If you need any additional clarity or support, or you just want a reading from your girl, click the link in the bio. We'll talk later. Bye.